bowl.
Taxes was chasing.
And we're alive. Hello. So, this is probably going to be a shorter stream for a few reasons. First of all, I'm only really reacting to drama. But the second reason is, well, I haven't had anything of substance since lunch. I mean, breakfast. Like, it's not the only thing I've eaten throughout the day. Like, I've had some beef jerky to kind of tide me over and some Greek yogurt when I got back. But, like, I haven't, like, had a sandwich or anything. Like, the only I guess it's a good thing I chose to go with, like, an omelet instead for breakfast as opposed to a pastry. So I guess the question is, what do I want to do? Like, I might as well get a mission and taken care of. Oh. I'm just saying, don't be surprised if I get up in the middle of the stream to get something to eat. And I am going to get up this time to put away a dish. I haven't forgotten about the stream. So let's see here. Escape to the past. If I can find a good guide, I'll do.
I checked Allstate first and
I found a video guide for that mission, so you know what? I think we'll do that. Bit of a uncertainty in my mind. I mean, for me. It mainly has to do with my job, since, like...
Tropico, due to your leader's insistence on childish rebellion, we were forced to take drastic action.
Specifically, like, I do ship loading, but the problem is that, well... said job really is dependent on when the U.S. Navy ships come in, and I only get paid when I do work.
Come on now, it's not that bad. We recovered from worse in the past.
How? Boris is literally...
Time is precious.
You know, you'd think it would be paid healthcare, hybrid system, single-payer system. Oh, hey. I'll get started looking at the Quartering's bull drama in a second. I just...
So he finally did it. His last ace.
haven't really had anything since breakfast because of how my workday worked out, so I'm gonna get up and cut myself an apple.
Seeing as
That thing, Presidente, it appears that our neighbors are having trouble battling Boris. He seems to be stronger than ever.
Apologies for going to a break right away after someone shows up, but I'd rather not constantly be complaining about being hungry while streaming. This is just to tide me over since this is going to be a shorter stream. I'm back. I'm going to be watching a guide. I've got it muted so that I don't accidentally risk getting a copyright strike, although I don't think the person I'm using the guide from would be, like, particularly upset. Then again, I'm saying that based entirely on the fact that I don't know how they'd feel.
Tropico's flying cars have improved in leaps and bounds over the last decade. New flight times are almost a minute. Well done, nerds. Keep going.
There we go, shipyard. Like, you know, on the topic of the quartering, well, I'm gonna finish setting up for Tropico 6 first before I watch the video. I have it tabbed up. I find it funny that like he's gotten caught with porn on stream so many times because like the thing is, there's actually a very simple way you can avoid doing that. You want to know what it is? I'm doing it right now. Well, obviously, like don't close all the tabs beforehand, but if like you're too lazy to do that, just use a separate browser for streaming than the one you use for like regular browsing. Like I use Vivaldi as a streaming browser and like Brave as a regular browser. Where do I want to... I'm so used to like Paradox games having like the spacebar be the unpause button that like it's kind of like muscle memory for me. Wait, did I accidentally select... Let's see here. Alright, let's see if this is enough, since, like, I used Hogzo's guide as a starting point. Like, yeah, that, if you see me, like, pause for a second.
Why keep...
Alright, I'll get the quartering. I'll get the internet versus video on the quartering up. Do I want to open another win?
Set your alarm, Presidente, because eco-peril...
As you can see, I'm not hiding anything damning. Like, you'd probably, if anyone tries to clip this out of context, they'd probably get... Let me just, like, transform this. This Ikuno drama is, like, really damn crazy. Like, funny thing is that, like, in the past, like, there's been cases where, like, I had no idea who someone was before they became controversial. Like, I actually had never seen one of EDP 445's videos before he got outed. Just let me get this below, like, take the cards in the first frame, the slides, and, like, okay, now I think I'm ready to go. Oh wait, that...
Did a segment on him going over... Recently, YouTuber The Quartering has gotten a lot of attention online. After kick streamers at Kino Casino did a segment on him going over recent findings that users on Kiwi Farms compiled.
You know, I normally avoid using Kiwi Farms as, like, a direct source for a combination of reasons. First of all, like, they do not exactly have the best track record on how they talk about certain groups, let's say. Second, and I'd rather not accidentally grab someone's docs. When, like, looking for evidence. And third, like, I've actually been able to use... I actually may have done videos where where I probably would have been, like, pretty justified in using it, but I chose not to. It's, like, a challenge for myself. And those were actually pretty well received, so...
Do not be intimidated.
It's more like I just don't feel the need to use it as opposed to, like, some moral obligation. But, like, that being said, I'm not going to judge any of my contemporaries who decide to use it. They do gather a lot of evidence, and also there have been cases where, like, you know that Gibbs guy? I'd say he actually does, like, come in clutch a decent amount of the time. I'm on stuff like Elf and Psyop.
on one of the Quartering's moderators' Reddit page, where in it he was brazenly talking about being a swinger, and the Quartering had recently talked about having this guy live at his home, causing Kino Casino to speculate that this person may be doing things with the Quartering's wife. And in response to this, Jeremy posted multiple times.
A good leader listens to the people, Presidente. Show you care for your Tropican comrade.
You know, funny story about this, like,
My flock are blessed.
I remember that the H3 podcast actually, he basically heavily implied, if not outright stated, Jeremy was a cuck. Why Jeremy is making a big deal about Kino Casino doing this but not the H3 podcast is a mystery to me. Like, I guess it could be because of, like, audience overlap, since I imagine there's more or people who watch both Kino Casino and the Quartering than there are, like, people who watch both the Quartering and the H3 podcast, but it just feels odd that, but by that same logic, why doesn't he just let it slide then? Like, unironically, it would be better if, like, if he just, like, let this fade into obscurity. Like, this, like, the best, like, in some cases, the best thing would actually be to embrace something that people are making fun of you, like, make merch of it, but this is not one of those things.
Times on Twitter, including going into Joshua Moon's DMs, the owner of Kiwi Farms, and saying that no matter how much people want to make fun of him, that's okay, but his wife is off limits. Going to Josh's DMs, saying he doesn't want to have to use his connections to get Kino Casino's channels taken off the internet and deplatformed. But there's lots to get into, so
yeah, this is something that will automatically put me on your bad side, like,
I have something I would like you to...
Like, this should only be done if, like, it's some, if a Kino Casino is being malicious. Like, if they were, like, showing Jeremy's docs in the video, then that would be one thing, but they're not. Like, remember how Dark Viper AU got in trouble because of, like, how he tried to do, he struck Chud Logic's videos? Or Quantum TV doing, in something, striking videos. Jeremy did not learn the lesson he should have learned from those.
let's just jump in. Welcome to the internet versus the Quartering and Kino Casino. It starts, of course, when they announce their stream, and Dworsky tweets out of this clip with the caption, "Live tonight on an intense Kino Casino at 8:30, Quartering a bowl of criminal history expose."
Hotels.com introduces Save Your Way. Choose how you save. Take instant savings now or bank as rewards for a future trip. Save Your Way. It's exactly what it sounds like, unlike headphones. Save Your Way, only at Hotels.com. Hotels.com, it's all in the name.
Refresh the everyday with Mentor.
And then just more about what they're going to be streaming about, but here is a portion of the clip talking about their Quartering segment.
Sorry about that ad.
Jeremy Hambley's twisted, bull, sordid criminal history exposed! It turns out not only is Jeremy Hambley in league with the Nexium cult, the #2 woman in the organization is a good friend of Hambley's.
Okay, that feels like it should be the bigger story, considering how big Nexium was. Then again, that's not what Jeremy is going after Kino Casino for, so maybe that's the reason why.
These proud, hard-working men and women are living the dream. The
It is complete. Once again, the breadth of El Presidente's awesome political vision is shown.
A good deed, President.
Trying to figure out if I want... you know what, I wouldn't be surprised if I wind up, like... completing the mission beforehand, but like...
Not only does he have the swinging degenerate bull over at his house, but the bull has a long, sordid, sickening criminal history of domestic abuse, buddy.
And breaking into houses, apparently.
He broke into somebody's house this...
Okay, this is definitely another reason why this is taking priority.
We need some things for our research.
Free,
and also,
like apparently there's a battery charge against him from his wife. There's a restraining order from a woman. There's a restraining order from an older female family member in this guy's history.
So
he's one sick puppy that Jer is inviting into his household. For what purpose? Must be to fuck his wife. I don't know. Why else? Why else would you be around a criminal swinging bull, a cult? What the is going on in Hambly land, buddy?
And of course, the full stream is on their channel, but the Quartering ended up responding to this on his Twitter page by saying, a group of people that really...
You know, I think that there is one defense Jeremy might be able to play. Like, it would depend on if he knew. Like, where do I want to have another part? You know, I do find it odd how there's the option to plant trees, but nothing else from that particular DLC. The Return to Nature DLC, I think it was.
Let me add to your infinite wisdom, President.
What a great day, President.
want my attention are investigating my family and friends, desperate for some scandal. Apparently, one of my IRL friends is a swinger, I guess, so obviously this means I have an open marriage. This fanfic stuff is wild. Sorry, weirdos, not true. Lol. I am totally fine with people making fun of me. I do plenty to deserve it. But these psychos running gay ops on my friends and family, mailing to my house, making my wife feel unsafe, it's psychotic. I know even addressing it will likely make it worse, but it's super weird. It's fucking weird they are obsessed with my marriage. Like, super weird and super over the line to be with people who are not in any way public figures. Make whatever video you want about me, but leave my family and friends out of it. That's fucking psycho. I've got nothing to hide.
Jeremy, you don't get to play that card considering how much your wife is front and center on your other channels like Clawstruck.
Of the Earth, Presidente. In return.
In fact, I'm often told I share too much. Ha ha ha. Sorry boys, my life offline is extremely milquetoast. I take care of the yard, play with my dogs, go bowling, and spend time with my wife. Sadly, no time to swing. And the Johnny Ringo replies, quality time is doing what you and your wife both enjoy.
Yeah, I think the phrasing of that doesn't help. Like, he's saying, I'm not wasting time on swinging, then I would say that's actually a point against him being in swinging, but sadly implies that he would if he could. That he would want to if he could, which doesn't help his case.
Sadly, no time to swing. And the Johnny Ringo replies, quality time is doing what you and your wife both enjoy doing. If she enjoys swinging, y'all definitely have time. And Jeremy responds, okay,
true.
Better put, yes, we have the time to swing. However, we both prefer monogamy. Carl McFarland says, no shame in being a swinger, bro. And Quartering replies, I don't care what adults do. Swing all you want. We just don't, and that's cool too.
Then why do you...
And Nathan says, swing all you want, said the fake Christian. Then PPP tweets out this picture with a caption on his page. The Quartering and his bull are desperate to hide his bull's criminal history. They have flagged down our video exposing his domestic abuse issues and other criminal convictions. Jeremy Hambly of Wisconsin is scared to death of the truth coming out and will do anything to hide it, showing that their video, The Quartering Bull Exposed, Criminal Past, and Jeremy agrees to Caleb Hammer's review, was taken down for community guidelines for policy on personally identifiable information. He continues his thread saying, this is now our second video that they have flagged down in the last 24 hours alone. Jeremy can play stupid that this isn't out of his camp, but he's been spiraling drunk for nearly...
Honestly, if I probably would have watched Kino Casino directly instead of Internet Versus if there was like a highlight version of the stream. It's just the length that's really deterring me. So if Kino Casino sees this, there's a suggestion to improve your channel.
48 hours straight on Twitter, and it all began when we mentioned his friend and the Bull's criminal past. Just to clarify, all that this clip shows is me reading out his history of criminal convictions, which is publicly available online. Jeremy invites a criminal who openly sex swings on the internet into his home to hot tub with him and his wife. He wants this silenced at any cost. This post explains the Bull's history of swinging and relationship to Jeremy Hambley, attaching a link to a Kiwi Firms thread and continuing, this post reveals his criminal history, attaching another link. Jeremy Hambley will not in a serious fashion address these allegations. He resorts to censorship instead. And then PPP continues tweeting out, a final point for Jared tonight is he keeps crying about being bullied and harassed on the internet, i.e. people mocking him pooping his pants and being a you can't post Jack Murphy's tape constantly and make over 100 vids on Brie Larson and then cry when people make fun of you. And the quartering responds on his page by saying, if these clowns keep going after my friends and family, just...
You know, I do like how PPP is actually acknowledging that Jeremy going after Brie Larson did fall into the realm of harassment. Like, I'm not saying she's the best actress. I actually haven't seen that much stuff she's in. But Jeremy was outright psychotic in his obsession. And, like, she isn't a bad actor. Admittedly, I'm saying this as someone who's only seen her, like, in Captain Marvel. Maybe another movie, but that's escaping my mind.
Because they don't like me, totally fine. I will in fact take everything they have and never apologize for it. Psycho weirdos are messaging my wife, calling her phone. People are harassing my friends. Roast me, fine. There used to be a line. I don't give a what you say about me, but these psychos are harassing my family and my wife and my friends. They have no rules. And starting today, neither do I. I never wanted to do any of this. I begged these guys to just chill and only make fun of me. They refused. And so, now I have no choice. And Gangster Friend replies, kinda hilarious because this is the exact same phrase Jarbo used before his downfall. This is the internet.
Yeah, Matt at Jarbo, Mundane Matt, the Boulder King. Like, honestly, it's kind of weird seeing, like, Mundane Matt is not nearly as much of a lol cow as he used to be. Like, I don't know if I'd say he's ditched the title, but, like, it's one that I don't really see a lot of people use to label him. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if he does eventually, like beat the label. But, like, this...
And to take the heat, turn off your router. Idiocrates says, sorry this is happening to your family, that is crazy. They should get the full force of the law used against them. Sue the shit out of them. Apocalypse replies to Quartering by saying, even if they exaggerate, we all saw the clips of you wanting to see your swinger buddy's wife's boobs, and all the other degenerate stuff.
Yeah, Brittany Venti also posted messages saying how the Quartering was saying he wanted to make babies with her. Like, I don't like Brittany Venti, but I also do respect her right to not want to be harassed over something like that.
All this comes out to your bad behaviors getting exposed. These clearly drunken bouts of courage don't help. Fight back smarter.
Jeremy does need to cut the booze.
Quotes the Quartering by saying, remember that time you got really sad about Gina Carano having a boyfriend and you were talking about how you'd gladly be her?
Yeah, that's something Jeremy kind of like...
They say war is good for business, but what's really good for...
Which superpower am I okay with pissing off?
I don't know about you, President.
You did as I asked, but I am not...
Normally I'd piss off the Russians, and honestly I am kind of leaning that way anyway, so I guess the question is, who do I want to give this other embassy to? Let's go with the European Union.
judgment is always...
Let's see here. I'll build some housing then.
My point is that no one believes you'll do anything but to cry about it in your basement. Masterson quote tweets the quartering by saying, "Whatever you need, PPP." Hey.
Oh, Dick Masterson's kind of interesting since I did actually use him as like a source in a previous video. Like, I didn't speak with him, but like, when I made my video on John De La Rod's, like, a cheap shot he took at JDA was one of the first things I brought up. I don't really have a problem with him, and honestly, if he invited me on, I probably would actually go on his show. Although I would want confirmation that I would not have to be on an episode where the Dick Show's title becomes literal.
AF Streamwatch quote tweets quartering and says, "Are PPP and Andy contacting your wife? Didn't think so. You're literally acting like an SJW." He also quote tweets the PPP tweet we read earlier by saying, "I think making fun of me is totally in bounds. You guys have spread disgusting, vile lies about my wife. You literally
put your wife
retweeted a
front and
Photoshop
center,
picture of
Jeremy.
her,
You don't
someone
play
who
that
is not
card.
on the internet. I strongly dislike you, but would never dream of bringing your family into anything. I don't think it's crazy to expect two other grown men to understand that my wife, who is not an online person, to be left out of things. The more they push it, the more I want to become the villain they already accuse me of. If I actually wanted to get them banned, easy. I don't want that. I want their ridicule. It's funny and they are good at what they do. I don't think it's crazy to ask them to leave my wife out of it. Their YouTube channel is literally a walking TOS violation, ran by a ban evader." And the minor replies, "I agree. You are fair game as a public personality, but attacking your wife is out of bounds. Maybe I just don't understand the online world, but all this just seems so odd to try and ruin lives over. No one is forced to watch you or give you money. Move on with your lives." And the quartering replies, "There are 1,000 videos making fun of me that happen to not bring my family into it. There used to be an honor among trolls."
I mean, I'd be willing to bet money that I could find an example where you made fun of someone's family, Jeremy. If I took time to look. I'm just saying you don't exactly have the best track record for avoiding harassment. Really put some. You start exporting some stuff. The EU will buy boats from me, so I'll do that. We need to do the nuclear testing edict, so you know what? I'm pushing that forward.
The more they push lies, the more they cross the line, the more I want to be who they claim I am. Haley Wolf replies to the quartering by saying, "I am a wife of a real adult man. He doesn't just talk about me on the internet. The amount of times you have mentioned your wife and how much she cleans up your studio and builds your shelves is dumbfounding.
Like,
grow up, build your own shelves, and quit mentioning."
Like, I would mention if I'm in a relationship just so I can, like, get people to, like, so I can just, like, answer questions, but, like, I'm not going to constantly bring my wife up just because, like, only if it's really relevant.
Mentioning
or
Heather,
girlfriend,
and the
for that
quartering
matter.
replies, "I am so sorry. I will stop mentioning the woman I love." And Haley says, "You don't need to apologize to me. Maybe apologize to your wife. The person that probably needs to see your tax docs is your wife, because the amount you are spending on paper cards is absolutely ridiculous." PPP screenshots these posts and puts it on his page by replying with the caption, "Jeremy Hambley, your bull is a part of your content and has been many times over the years. He is a Discord mod and he is a sex-swinging bull with a criminal history. You bring up your wife constantly on your show."
I do have someone who's asked me about being a Discord mod, and I'll probably make them one when I feel that I need one. Like, currently I'd say my Discord doesn't really need that many. Doesn't really need one on the grounds that we don't have that many members. And the ones we have are not particularly active. But if so, it's more just a matter of I don't think I need one at the moment, as opposed to I don't know who I would want
You disrespect and disgrace her constantly. Stop crying. Also, if you're going to make these extraordinary claims of harassment, such as phone calls, threats, and packages, you need to provide proof. Otherwise, you're just a Jesse Smollett pity-seeking. Get a grip. This is the internet and put your big boy pants on. Check for poop dough. Andy Worski then tweets out a screenshot of one of the Quartering tweets we read with the caption, "Quartering has admitted to flagging us. He is trying to get us banned on Kick for making fun of him. He claims I am ban evading on YouTube, which I was unbanned earlier this year. The channel is ran by someone else. Also, you bring up your wife daily. STFU." Then he links his channel with the caption, "Here is proof I am not banned anymore."
Worski does have a good
Quartering
point.
replies
Like,
to this by saying, "I have shown on
YouTube does not actually ban you if you have someone who is banned on the platform, if I'm not mistaken. Like, it's a more flexible policy than Twitch, if you ask me.
Confess your sins and to nap before Holy Communion. God is everywhere, but it is unwise to worship outside in hurricane season. Let us speak of growth, for like a tenacious weed, Tropico must grow. And even weeds have friends, friends of the earth herself. Their love of the green is a love we can all share. We must be careful with the Russians, my people. They cheat, lie, and steal, it is true. But they have many negative traits as well. We simply cannot trust them. I have heard it said that Tropico is no fun.
Refuted video evidence that I have in fact not flagged you. Now that you have continued to lie about me, Andy, I'll go ahead and take everything you have. I have given you clowns plenty of runway both publicly and privately. Enough is enough. Too bad, I liked you. I've reached out privately to both him and PPP. I have reached out via intermediary. All I asked is they leave my family alone. I begged them to be reasonable. I said making fun of me is fine. They refused. They want to continue to harass my wife, family, and friends. First will be your YouTube, which is in violation of ban evasion. Easy takedown. And next will be your Kick. I literally begged you two to be reasonable. I tried everything. You chose this. All I wanted was to let you guys dunk on me. All their fans justifying on making my wife live in terror. I hope you all supported them financially because it's your fault they are about to lose $100,000 a year. And Tristan replies, "Keep it legal. Don't stoop to their tactics." And the Quartering says that's easy. Meme Cobium quotes Quartering's post by saying, "The unrefuted video evidence was immediately refuted. All he did was show the Quartering channel reports. Anyone with a brain pointed out Jeremy has dozens of channels he could have reported from. He could even create a new one just for flagging. The fact that he's going so hard on this proving his innocence without even acknowledging the other possibilities just makes him look all the more guilty, and as slimy as a Walmart bathroom, after he's had his way with it." PPP then tweets out these posts by Quartering and captions them by saying, "Even Jarbo wasn't this shameless. I will now never ever stop felting you, Jeremy. You genuinely have no power anywhere. You are a and you won't be doing shit. You are ruining your career and reputation in real time in a drunken spiral. Sober up and seek Christ, buddy." And Matt Jarbo quotes the post saying, "So if we were going to look at this through the lens of Hollywood remaking movies, would this be Ghostbusters 2016? I feel like it would."
I actually have never seen Ghostbusters 2016. Granted, I wasn't a huge fan of the original. Like, I did enjoy it, but like, it wasn't to the point where I would have said, yeah, this absolutely deserves a sequel. Like, Shuffles are great because they also cover the healthcare requirement.
El Presidente has officially licensed the new Tropico Everybody Loves Presidente video game.
The Spectre report says, "Jeremy comes out and admits he appreciates a good false flagging campaign. When, not if, it backfires, Jeremy will still act like he's an innocent f***tard." Zugetsu replies to PPP's post by saying, "Stop being a C and harassing the man's family. You are a worthless shitbag. Maybe take your own advice. I hear your wife has rode the block a few times." And Francisco says, "Are you implying the bull is part of his family?" PPP also continues to tweet out, "I hope that Hambly realizes that his efforts to suppress the information about his bull best friend's open swinging and criminal history is only going to lead to more people than he could imagine knowing. By the middle of this week, I think he will realize the mistake he has made. He is now an open flagger, a dirty snitch who is going to the CEO of Kick's DMs by his own admission to cry about being called. He is threatening life ruination over mean words online. He is burning it all down online right now because we are right and he is a Fryjar, Repsion screenshots the tweet by Quartering and captures it by saying, "Bro, you really sat down, cracked your knuckles, and typed out, 'First I'll get your YouTube taken down, easy I swear, then your kick, because I literally begged you like a desperate ex texting at 3 a.m., and you chose violence instead of letting me simp for your roasts. My guy, you're out here sounding like the final boss of I try to be the bigger person, but actually I'm just a snitch with a god complex. You didn't try everything.
That sounds like
you tried
an interesting
the
light novel.
of crying to the principal, clutching your pearls, and whispering, 'They're breaking the rules, teacher. They're evading my ban like the absolute villains they are.' And the cherry on top, all I wanted was to let you guys dunk on me. Translation, please bully me publicly so I can farm clips, cry about it for 3 hours on stream, and then weaponize YouTube's record button like it's my emotional support lightsaber when the dunks actually land. Quartering, you're not a Mafia Don. You're not even the hall monitor. You're the kid who brings the PowerPoint presentation titled
his
why
own
you should fear me
skeletons,
to the
but
group chat,
I'd say
and then
overall
wonders why
he's
everyone screenshots it for the group chat you're not in. Keep begging, keep threatening, keep doing that dramatic, you chose this villain monologue, like you're auditioning for the role of discount Thanos who only snaps at small YouTubers. The internet is watching, and right now, the only thing getting taken down is whatever remaining dignity you had left. Stay pressed at King Quarterbowder. The rest of us are just here for the free entertainment you keep accidentally providing. Ethan Ralph replies in the Quartering's post by saying, look at all those tabs. And Boulder Advocate replies, I couldn't possibly flag all those videos because my wife and I were outside collecting bulls. PPP then also tweets out these DMs with the caption, just so people are aware, these are the Mafia Don extortion tactics that Quartering is now using in private DMs with Josh Moon. You are not a king, Hambley. You need to accept that I can call you a on the internet. You have a bull in your house. Pound sand. And it's DMs that start with Josh saying, yeah, I know. Nobody likes a Randall, though I still don't think they cross any red lines in modern era Kick or even YouTube. I'm just curious why this now, because they've been saying a lot about your relationship/behavior with MM and Hannah Claire for months. What happened in the last week to cause a crisis? And Jeremy says, yeah, it's never been an issue until people started spamming my wife. I literally don't care that they make fun of me. Like her family has seen this Unofficial truce. They delete the videos attacking our marriage. I never mention them again. The more they do it, the more I want to flex my connections to bury them. This is a one-time offer. They can meme on anyone else they want. I don't care if they meme on my friend who apparently has a questionable past. But this is an exploding offer. If they want to go to war, I will win. I assume all these messages will be public, but I like Andy. Just get rid of the videos claiming I let some F my wife. And they continue to make 10K a month on YouTube and I move on. But they continue to spread disgusting lies about my family, and I have no choice but to react. It's time for them to make a business decision. This is win-win. I can burn it all down, lol. I have 5 years guaranteed salary at Rumble. If they bulk, that's not on you, and I still support KWF.
I could see that changing.
Broker the ceasefire and everyone wins, lol. And Josh replies, I don't know why they would accept that though. If someone made the same offer to you, would you take it? And Jeremy says, hey, that's cool. It's not your job to broker it. Any who has been banned as much as both of them have would, if they are smart.
Have they been banned by Rumble?
It's all good. I wish you the best. And PPP continues, he asked for this to be shared with me, by the way, and it was. Now you can decide if this is a reasonable course of action or is it actionable criminal extortion. These sorts of threats are unacceptable, especially from a free speech champion. If the claims about the bull aren't true, prove it. The cowardice that I can do it to anyone else but him who is—
And to be fair to Jeremy in this case, PPP is asking for Jeremy to prove a negative.
Apparently a special divine king on the internet is a nice added touch. Kinoblade Chronicles replies in this meme saying, trade offer. I receive, you delete all the videos making fun of me. You receive $100 worth of coffee brand coffee. Sorted replies highlighting these two sections of the DMs talking about broker the ceasefire, and then the next message saying it's not your job to broker it, with the caption, I can't stand this, smarmy. I will go to war and destroy you. Or not, you know, whatever, it's cool, whatever you want. I just want us all to get along. Jeremy has always done. It's the most pathetic behavior and fills me with contempt. Andy Worski coaches the post by saying, so Quartering is going full-on extortion mode on us. This is beyond anything I've ever seen. Then Kinocopter tweets out these pictures with the caption, Josh Moon has released all of his DMs with the Quartering following his threats to deplatform the Kino Casino. And it starts with Jeremy saying,
yeah, I don't really know if Jeremy expected anything else because, like, remember the whole turds drama? Nishizu Miku actually tried to go to Josh Moon to get something taken down. Like, and that did not work. Like, I would only reach out to Josh Moon if, like, I was asking something.
If they don't leave my family out of it, I'm going to take everything they have. I'll never apologize for it either. I haven't done any flagging. Their channel is a walking TOS violation. I know they are ban evading. It would have been way easier to have their channel removed. I haven't done that. I know you're big mad at me, but if they keep bringing my family into will act. And Josh Moon replies, I'm not mad at you, and I have no idea why I would choose to proceed any statement with such an obviously false and disingenuous pretense. If you think PPP is ordering people or even casually implying that people should contact anyone in your family, you're wrong. But I think you know that already. I also think that as a 2-decade veteran of internet communications and someone around during Gamergate, you know by now the one thing you should never do is give harassment attention. So I'm not sure why you're choosing to do that. The one thing that stands out as a possibility, of course, is that like Brianna Wu, you're using alleged harassment as pretense for a deplatforming campaign, which would be ridiculous and
true. That's
but you also
something
know
I'd
that.
put past
And
Jeremy.
Jeremy replies, it sucks because I like Andy, I guess. You're right, I should ignore. And then the next screenshot is Jeremy's continuing to say, I have tied to reason with them. Now I have no chance but to take everything they have. I hate that because I like Andy. And Josh replies, nobody can stop you from trying, but the road of lawfare and deplatforming is extremely high risk. Kino Casino is one of the biggest streams on Kick with probably the highest revenue on the platform. They also do paint by numbers pretty well and don't really do anything too offensive by today's standards. Their fans are also dedicated. Meanwhile, lawfare can take 5+ years and they can find a sympathetic representation at a good rate, while you'll have to find full-priced attorneys. And Quartering replies, yeah man, I get it. I don't blame you
Yeah,
at
like
all. Kick CEO already added me back, so we'll see. I never cared about them memeing on me at all. And I get people's, and then he continues down below saying viewers will do whatever, but now my wife is literally terrified, so I have to act. And Josh says, even going down that road opens you up to the scorn and ridicule of the entire internet, so I'm not sure how it's advantageous. You're broadcasting to everyone, this is what I can't stand, and it really bothers me, please don't do it. And Quartering says, I hear that. Taking down channels is something I have never wanted to do in 20 years, but I begged them to be reasonable. I honestly didn't know about my friend and his haven't talked to him since. I had no idea he was such a degen. And Josh replies like, let's put it this way. Let's say you get them deplatformed, and then they sue for something like tortuous interference. They can call your wife and seller in as witnesses and they get 6 hours to depose them under oath. They can also subpoena your tax records. It's not fun. And Quartering replies, yeah, I'm not worried about lawfare. My wife supports me absolutely and their lies are literal fiction. She's the one that said to do it.
Considering she'll go out for pizza without you.
Rules. Roast me all you want, but my family is off limits. I don't need a sue to get their YouTube shut down. PPP is ban evading. I don't want to do that. I have not sent a single flag, and I know you will publish all of this. And Josh says, yeah, but they can sue for that potentially, and then you have Discovery anyways. It's not a one-way street. And Jeremy says, you're right, but I'm not worried about Discovery at all. That's what they want, but I have nothing to hide. Hell, I offer to give a fat nobody financial details. I don't know why I am even messaging you because I know you'll sell me out anyway. It's just the old internet in me. I used to love Andy and meme culture, but my wife is terrified. Weirdos are messaging her, and she's a normie. And Josh says, as far as I'm aware, by the way, all 3 of us got unbanned on YouTube after Trump yelled at Google about censorship, so I don't think any of us are ban evading. And Jeremy says, I have no choice. I hope that's true to be honest, but their channel is basically full-on TOS violation. And Josh says, how so? And Jeremy replies, I think most of it is probably within the lens. To be honest, I have no idea why that video got flagged and reinstated. Maybe it was my buddy, but it was public record, so that was odd. I've never seen a video get taken down so fast, so I have no idea what was even in it. That wasn't me, but Eddie over at Kick already added me, and if I want to, I could take their channel. I really don't want to, but I have begged them to be reasonable. I have zero interest in dealing with this shit. But if my wife gets one more call or text message, I'll burn it all down and my viewers will support me.
Oh, Jeremy, you should probably
post
proof that your wife's getting harassed if you're going to make a claim like that.
Coffee review is one of the best, but when you're with someone, if not now.
Also, that coffee is pretty much all but officially confirmed to be drop shipped. Yep.
Now, you'll know this is no option. I'm not mundane Matt. My viewers 100%
yes, you are at this point.
I stand by supporting your site's illegal battle either way, Josh. And Josh replies, okay, so like, there are people who don't like PPP. My wife is getting angry messages, so I'm going to attack PPP. You're basically telegraphing to these people that they should f with your wife because it will cause problems for 2 people they don't like at the same time. That's why it's generally recommended you don't say stuff like that on the internet in public. And Quartering replies, yeah, but remember, she's a normie. And when she gets a call, she has no idea how this shit works. And Josh says, but you should. And Quartering says, Josh, we can agree. I can take their Kick and YouTube, right? If I actually wanted to, they would be deplatformed outside of DLive in a week. I don't want that. I just want them to leave my family alone.
Isn't DLive
I don't
shutting
care
down?
how many Jeremy is the videos they put out. Like, I have a non-Pajit YouTube rap. You know that, right? One phone call, gone. I have endured a lot with literally the tiniest request. I actually think they have an incredible ceiling. They are hilarious. They just have to stay within the TOS. They don't have many attempts left. They are amazing at this. The show is hilarious. I would literally be promoting it, even if they made fun of me. But they don't understand the line. This isn't 2001. At least I will forever know my coffee is better than Peppa's. And Josh replies, I mean, maybe, I don't know. Sometimes you think something is really easy to deplatform, and it ends up being impossible. It's kind of hard to say the fat guy dressed like Peter Cottontail is posing an imminent threat. And Quartering replies, lol, yeah, that's true. But like, I don't want to deplatform them. I want to promote them. I don't want to put you in the middle, so I'll leave this here. I still support Kiwi Farms existing and will help any way I can with the legal battle. I appreciate you being open to chatting about it. I never flagged them. I assume it was the normies they were outing. You know I've been around long enough to know flagging is a death sentence. And then attached we have the messages we just read earlier, the ones that were posted separately, ending with Quartering saying, it's all good, I wish you the best. And Josh Moon replies, I'm just saying, I've received offers like that and my answer has always been no. I don't like it when people try to dictate what I or my forum can and cannot say. I'll let him know though. And Quartering replies, yeah, I get it. I know we have our differences and this is all outside of that. I wish you the best and support Kiwi Farms either way. Tomorrow at noon, I'm going public on everything, not this conversation. You know what? Don't even worry about it. I'm gonna handle it tomorrow. And Josh says, I did send the offer to him, but he feels it's an extortion effort. I'll be watching the stream on Monday. And Quartering says, it's all good. Probably does come across that way to him. Wish you well. And Josh says, should I unfeature the stream on Kiwi Farms? I thought you were doing a pre-stream thing today. I didn't see a tweet about canceling. You know, mate, it's really disrespectful to just lie to my face. And Quartering says, wait, what? Oh, the going public stuff. I should have told you. Sorry about that. It became clear last night they are not interested in being human, so I'll just be on my way. I saw PPP decided to just put out the DMs, which is fine. I expected it, but if they are not interested in being civil, there really isn't any reason in giving the time of day. If I had known you were going to feature it, I would have and should have told you. My bad. And Josh says, I sent him the portion of the DM that contained your offer, like you asked, but I did send him the full conversation because I feel like you're outlining an extortion scheme. I was asking about your plans in the chat and ignored that plus my DM on Twitter. I saw on your stream you had no unread messages, so I know you saw it. You just thought you'd let me advertise your stream for your talk about Iran half-heartedly. I don't appreciate that. You're on a bridge burning and mistake-making spree that reminds me of Ricada by the numbers. I don't feel like anything I say will help at this point,
not a good
and since you're
comparison.
threatening litigation, it's probably not a good idea to say much more. Then there is what they were referencing in the DMs. This is the Quartering tweeting out, Scorched Earth tomorrow at 12 Central. I love having such an amazing...
You know, this is a bad idea to announce, like unless SU actually have that can commit, like, I don't see like Scorched Earth is going to backfire on you when you inevitably don't, if you can't stream.
Have finally abolished privacy. Now, true Tropicans can relax. If nobody is looking at you funnily, you must be a good person.
Amazing topic to start the week out with. And then he makes an unrelated tweet about something else, and Gabe Hoffman replies to him by saying, where's that Scorched Earth stream you promised everyone, Jeremy? And Tactical Templar replies, think of it like Dr. Jekyll.
Oh, this asshole.
Mr. Hyde. When the Quartering starts drinking, he becomes bold, aggressive, and confrontational. Daring, even. Of course I will release 7 years of tax returns, you gay chuds. But then he sobers up and retreats back into his shell and tries to erase the damage. Gabe Hoffman then quote tweets himself saying, blocked by Jeremy Hambley, the Quartering, for asking a scheduling question. His stream must have gone really well today, showing that he is now blocked. Jeremy Hambley, the Quartering stream today did not go well, attaching pictures from his live chat with various people saying things, like Mikey Mooncricket who said, so he made a dumb posting on X and now everyone's here hate watching him. Looks to me like Jeremy's fishing with dynamites and you guys just got caught up in the blast. And mad at the internet saying, hey guys, sorry, he's not answering me on DMs. I think he lied about going Scorched Earth to talk about Iran for some reason. Not sure what the deal is. And other people like Cuckening saying, Hannah, what are your thoughts on Jeremy being a literal /swinger? And other various messages like that. PPP then posts this Jeopardy meme on his page which says, this pants failed to scorch anything besides his underwear, giving PPP and Worski the title of Leaf Bull, and then credits to C. Hag Henderson from Kiwi Farms. Misery Loves Clips then posts this clip from the Kino Casino with the caption, Kino Casino's opening remarks to the Quartering.
Buddy! We're still here! We're still here, Jeremy Hambley of Wisconsin! You made flag it who got your handed to you by a not one lick in, you coward. You bowed down and let it whoop your and now we're gonna your ass raw, just like your criminal bull Adam Sellers does to you and your wife while you sit in the corner in your chastity cage like
Wait, is that the guy's name?
made cum drinking swine that you are. Oh, and by the way, you're a poopy pants, Jer. What do you think about that,
Not exactly
buddy?
the most mature insult.
Your pants, Jeremy Hambley. You shot your pants in Walmart, and the stink of your trail of smears
That's not as well known, but it is
all the way
true.
from produce to the bicycle aisle. You think
PvP should be doing wrestling in commentary, like
they'll
anything.
ever bow to you? You think they'll ever stop with you? Send the papers. Do it. You'll never do. Take down this platform right now. You said that you had the connections. You said to Josh Moon in DMs that you were talking to Eddie from Kick and we would never stream again. Well, I'm still here. What do you fucking think about that? You're gonna have to drag me out of this with a crane, cause I'm fat as and I've had it with you. You will never, and I mean ever, silence me ever in your miserable life. Do you understand me, boy? Do you understand me, you I will your wife in front of you, and you will thank me for the privilege of treating her to a real man.
Then Billy Mitchell tweets out, Quarter Pounder is undergoing a generational meltdown that would even make Ike or to blush. If he doesn't stop drinking, there will be a limited edition hot sauce about this. Shout out to our tier 3 members, internet representative.
Well, that was that. Like, I don't know if it'll continue, or if, like, I should just expect Kino, like, this to die off, considering both Rev and Saikuno are undergoing dramas. But anyways, with that taken care of, let's focus on either completing the mission or just finish to fit.
Genome sequencing, the future of healthcare, or a billion-dollar scam for American pharmaceutical corporations? Canal Uno suspects you already know the answer.
What do I want to boost? We have to wait a while before we can use the space program, build the space program, unfortunately. Oh well.
People found not sufficiently satisfied by our festival will be promptly deported.
The citizens are demanding elections, Presidente. It's...
My friends, you are the dedicated ones, for whom no hardship is too great. True Tropicans.
They call me the Now, I don't want to alarm you, but I'm going to need a rather prompt decision on these offers.
I'm probably gonna fail, so but you know what? If I can end this mission sooner rather than later, that's fine by me. I'll try and beat this one off stream. You know what? I think I'll just end the stream here. Thanks for tuning in. We'll be back with Mass Effect tomorrow, hopefully. Maybe not. We'll see. But anyways, I'm Rebel, and I'll see you on my next assignment later.